All right? Okay. I'd like to begin this with a survey. How many of you think that the real football is the American football? No. Okay. And how many of you think that the real football is soccer? Congratulations! Because all of you right now, I'm going to hand out some candies. Wait, I just changed my mind. I'm not going to hand out to you candies now because I would like to demonstrate to those who think that the real football is American football why they should call it football. Soccer is football. So I don't blame you because that's probably your culture and that's the way you have raised. You have raised as known that sport, football. And it's in America, it's not that popular because there are other sports that dominate, such as baseball, American football, and basketball. I come from a country where soccer is the dominant sport, and I'm very expert on that because I have played and I have attended many games. And today, I would like to demonstrate to you why the real football should be called soccer, not by historical events or by any terminology that is in the history, but by telling you the fans' popularity, the comparison with American football, and atmosphere at stadiums. How soccer is played. In soccer, there are two teams consisted of 11 players each, and there are two halves of 45 minutes, total 90 minutes. The soccer players, they are characterized by their strength and their ability to run all the field, whereas in football, they are characterized by their strength. They're trying to win yards with their strength. And in football, the one who calls the shots is the quarterback. He tries to pass the ball to the other player, and he can make the touchdown. And in American football, the players, they are allowed to use their hands, whereas in soccer, the only player who can use his hands is the goalie, the goalkeeper. Soccer is very well known across the world, and in some countries is considered as religion. For instance, Brazil. The Brazilian national team is very successful in many World Cups, and they have many brand players who have a great skill and versatility, and they are very known for that. Also, in addition to have many good players that are from Brazil, there are many more brand players from soccer that are more well known than football. For example, take David Beckham. Everybody knows who David Beckham is. He has played in the most successful clubs in Europe. And you take David Beckham, you compare with Tom Brady, who plays in the Patriots here in Massachusetts. Tom Brady is only well known to the American people, whereas David Beckham is well known across the world. Also, there are occasions that the culture of football and soccer can collide. And I have a primarily example to tell you from a personal experience, my experience. When I first arrived in the United States, I started studying at the University of Miami, and I had to, when the football season was on, I had to attend all the home games with my American friends. And while I was watching the game, I could not understand what these players were doing in the field. And I just thought the only fun part at that point was the tailgate party just before the kickoff. And one day, I was living in the dormitory, and I had an American roommate. And I complained to him, I told him, how could you call football that sport? It's not even football. And he's like, oh, really? You Europeans think you have the football, soccer? It's such a wacky sport. And we had a little cultural confrontation with each other. And we had to resolve it somehow. And our solution was to invite each other at our team to play each other's sport. And we did so. And the bottom line of this is that we both admitted that we sucked at each other's sport. But I got the last laugh because he admitted to me that soccer is a more creative sport and it should be called football because it makes more sense. Soccer has a large fans popularity across the world because it has many loyal fans who support their team and their teams. And many of their teams, they are based in Europe, and they gain leverage by expanding their product worldwide. And the fact of this is that they perform very great and they gain success. Therefore, the loyals have become more faithful and they support their team in any way, anyhow. Besides that, soccer has better tournaments than football. World Cup, for example, it's not about politics. It's not about religion or the economy. It's not about my land, your land, no one's land. It's about the 1 month that we all agreed on. And that is the World Cup that attracts the vast majority of fans worldwide. It's hosted in any country every 4 years. And according to ESPN News, 700 million people watched the last World Cup in South Africa, whereas 1,100 million watched the last Super Bowl. Furthermore, soccer creates great atmosphere at stadiums where there are many thousands of fans who make a lot of noise and they chant for their team. Therefore, if there's a game with the home team versus the opponent team, they push the home team for the win and they create intimidation for the other team because there is so much excitement and there's so much pressure, a demand for the win. And also, soccer is a very unexpected sport because not always the better wins. If the better team is dominating the game throughout 90 minutes and the weaker team scores and the result ends like this, then it's the end of the game. It's the end of the game, then the result makes a difference. Now, soccer is a very entertaining sport and is very nerve-wracking. And you should consider calling soccer football because it is more reasonable and it makes more sense. If you ever have to go to a game to watch soccer, just cheer for your best team, make a lot of noise, and chant for your team. And now I would like again to ask you all, do you agree that soccer should be called football? Yes? Okay. Yes, thank you. Any questions?
All right, so you convinced me I should call soccer football. What should I call football now?
Football. Yeah, you should call soccer football.
No, but what should I call American football now?
American football?
I can't call
Hand
it
egg.
football anymore.
Hand egg, because this is an egg, you carry an egg around, right?
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that comes over.
Yes.
I don't think we do. What's a club in soccer?
The soccer club teams that are well known worldwide.
Okay, so it's like a big.
A team like major soccer teams around the world, like Barcelona, Manchester United. These are the clubs.
So what we think of as athletic clubs, but since soccer is the most important sport to everybody.
Yes, I didn't want to clarify this because I thought it automatically would make sense to all of you because I heard before from previous discussions about the football clubs. They are called clubs for American football. Yes.
I just wanted to add that go to the American World Championship. Soccer World Championship actually includes the world. But aside from that, why do you say that? So the American team actually made it very high up in the latest World Championship.
World Cup.
Right. So do you think that's going to help making this not just a girls' sport?
The girl?
So soccer team is mainly for girls, right?
Yes, no, it's not mainly. Listen. Listen,
No, I'm not saying anything against it.
the no, hold on. I know what you meant.
Twice in a row.
Yes, I agree with you. The women team is very successful, but I don't think it's going to have the same effect with the men's team because the men's in the United States are more successful in other sports, football, basketball. Like in basketball, there is no team in the world that can compete with the Team USA because it's so successful. But soccer, the major soccer league, that is the only league for in the United States, isn't that popular, and they're not investing on the team so much so they can promote the sport. Yes.
So if world football is such an amazing sport, then how come American football is stealing all your players with the yard kickers?
I can answer you that question. Because soccer has more impact worldwide, whereas football has impact only in America. I respect football. I really like football too, but if you ask me which is better, I would say soccer, by far. What? Yes, I call it soccer because I respect the rules, the culture. Yes, I have to differentiate myself some.